to your Friday drive-by where we answer your questions, the ones that are pressing, troubling you, keeping you up at night.
Got to be some level of insomnia involved in this.
This is the place for you. The number is 8333-ASK-SDR. That's 8333-ASK-SDR. And if we play your question on the big show, we're going to send you some swag, which is a t-shirt, coffee mug, notebook, all kinds of fun stuff.
Lots of good stuff.
Let's get right to the question.
Hey Chris, I'm trying to set my goals for the new year. So we're number 1 in our 20 group, have good CSI, and have increased 10% in the last year. How do we figure out what to do next? Because we know there's another level. Thanks.
Oh, I like that.
What about it? So let's just take this from an individual perspective. Like, you're a service manager, director, and you're killing it. Why don't you start learning sales and learning how to move up and become a general manager?
Maybe the next step is not to get better at service, it's to get better at running a dealership.
Yeah, there is a point. I've been there many times where the thing is clicking and the idea would be, why don't you set bigger goals and move up?
Yeah. I like that. You know what's funny is it wasn't what I meant, but the thing that I thought right when he said that is he needs a new sandbox to play in.
Same thing.
But I was thinking of like a new 20 group, or like setting the goals. What do you got to be to not just number 1 in the 20 group? What do you have to be number 1 in the country? I like the moving up to GM even better.
We have been of the opinion for years now that the best general managers come from fixed ops. We had, four from our elite group last year become general managers. It's something we talk about consistently. We're trying to get all the managers in our coaching group to think that way because it's better for the industry. Those general managers are actually very high performing. It's no joke. Well, it's no joke to get in our elite group to begin with.
Yeah.
But to get in elite, those same tools just carry over because it's really a mindset and an architecture. It doesn't matter if it's sales, whatever it is. It's all kind of the same after a while when you get to that point. But start asking your leadership how you can do that. Start hanging out in sales. Start asking questions. And think about moving up. And that's what I would do.
Yeah, for sure. I think a really fun test would be, especially if you've kind of made it known that you want to become a general manager, because a lot of service managers don't have to work every Saturday. I'd love to sit at the desk on a Saturday.
Wouldn't it be funny if this guy's like, oh, but I work at Pep Boys?
Yeah, that might kind of mess that up a
district
little
manager,
bit.
trying to be the district manager.
Yeah, regional manager, executive vice president, king of Pep.
But thanks for the question. Hope we inspired you to think a little bit bigger, and everybody else.
Where are you going? I haven't even told you anything today. Like, there's stuff that you need to know about.
Like what?
Well, obviously, I like to drink a lot. So I go to this bar the other day. I'm sitting down
By the
talking.
way, Christian's New Year's resolution was to drink more. We had a listening party at my house the other day, and did I make you a drink?
You, I'm so lame. You gave me a sip of your drink.
Yeah, because I didn't want to. I knew it'd be wasted. Because he's like, "Oh, this is going to be when I start." I'm like, "Yeah, right." So I took my cocktail, and he had a sip, and he was like, "Oh my God, I'm going to fall down."
It was so strong. It was great. But back to me being in the bar. So I'm sitting there at this chair. Bartender's super nice guy.
The guy next to you like, hey, can I have a sip of that?
Well, you'd think it was a guy, but it wasn't. So I look over, and all of a sudden, this grasshopper, he hops into the chair, and he's sitting there looking at the bartender, and the bartender's like, hey, says this to the grasshopper, like most bartenders talking to grasshoppers. He's like, hey, they named a drink after you. And the grasshopper's like, they have a drink named Stan? Now you can continue on. 2 people laughed, for sure.
Have a great weekend, everybody, and we'll see you next time on Service Drive Revolution.
Thanks for watching this week's Drive By. I hope we gave you something to think about over the weekend. We're uploading new stuff every day, so make sure you subscribe and click the bell icon so you don't miss out. If you have a question you'd like us to answer on the show, call 8333-ASK-SDR and we'll answer your question on the show. That's 8333-ASK-SDR. For special deals on our books and training, head over to offers.chriscollinsinc.com. Now that's offers.chriscollinsinc.com. I'm Chris Collins, and I'll see you in the next video.